If you want to retire early, it's obviously not as easy as just snapping your fingers, especially when you have rapid inflation, a decrease in purchasing value, and assets that are performing poorly. But I'm going to walk you through the 5-step process to becoming wealthy and retiring early in only a matter of minutes. So let's get right into it. The first thing that I need you to do is to stop spending your money on bullshit. Pull up your bank statements, your Amex card, your Bank of America, whatever else, and go down the list of where you spend your money and realize that half of it is complete, utter bullshit. Now, I'm not saying don't go and buy that $5 cup of coffee at Starbucks or whatever, but why in the world are you buying 4 boxes of cookies at the store every single week? What is that, $20? You could be putting that into completely different things that will yield you such a greater return. And just to be clear, I'm not telling you to be a penny pincher. It's really not worth it in my opinion, but you do want to have some self-awareness of what you're spending your money on and where it's going. Because when you start to do this, and this is a big one, you'll finally start to realize that business is transactional and you pay people money for perceived value. And the more cognizant and aware you are of how different people are providing value to the market, you will then be able to apply those same rules and make money as well. Now, once you've identified what you're spending your money on, if you're making decent wages, go and open up a Roth IRA. This is such an important thing. I'm never going to stop talking about it. I talk about it all the time. Go and open up a Roth IRA. Now, what is a Roth IRA? It is a retirement account that you can invest and contribute to that when you take the money out, all of the profits that you make are completely tax-free. Now, the one caveat that I have to this is that you can't take that money out until you are 59 and a half years old. But this is good because chances are right now is you're not making that much money, which means all of the money that you put into your Roth IRA is going to be taxed at such a lower rate compared to when you're, say, 50 years old and you're making 10 times as much money. And then on top of that, the sooner that you start, the more time your money will have to grow. Now, we're gonna talk about that a little bit later, but for now, I need you to open up a Roth IRA and just put a little bit of money into it. Now, the next step is to stay away from bad debt and specifically get good credit. The number one mistake that I see you guys do, because my main demographic is 18 to 30-year-olds, is you go and blow a bunch of money on your credit cards and then you're in thousands of dollars of debt for the rest of your life. On top of that, then they can never get loans for anything, specifically investments, later in their life because they have such a bad credit history. So it is just absolutely crucial that you stay away from bad debt. And what I mean by that is, listen, if you have car payments or anything like that, I wouldn't consider that debt whatsoever. But what I do consider debt is that $3,000 Gucci bag that you bought a couple months ago on your credit card that you've only been making the minimum payments on. Yeah, that's debt. Anyways, moving on. This next step is so crucially important, so I want you to listen to me very closely. The one thing that is going to completely dictate whether or not you become wealthy is your earning capacity. Do you want to save your money? Yes. Do you want to invest your money? Absolutely, because when you do that, it gives you more money to play with. But when you are 20 years old, or really however old you are, it is my belief that you should be taking all of that excess money that you have and investing it in a skill set that is going to yield you a return. Because let me break it down for you like this. If your earning capacity is at $50,000 right now, that's how much you're making every year, and you take that $50,000 and you go and spend all of it every single year, you will forever be limited on how much money you can make. So instead, you can take that $50,000 and say, hey, I'm 20 years old, so I can live on $20K a year and I am left with $30,000, $25 after taxes. Cool. I'm gonna take that $25,000 and invest it into courses, workshops, mentorships, one-on-one coaching, and more that is going to increase your earning capacity because you are acquiring a skill set that others simply do not have, and therefore by doing that, you are providing value to people. And if you do this for a long enough period of time, you will start to earn more money because your time is simply valued more because you are more skilled and better at what you do than many other people. I mean, imagine you're even in college and you're learning about graphic design and all this really fairy stuff. But hey, you understand graphic design, so that's your base level. Then you start to learn designing for content creation. Then you learn about SEO optimization and marketing, and then branding, and then you start your own business and you're learning all these things. Eventually, you will start to earn more money because you simply know more things. And a little side note for this step, which I have for you guys, is that if you are in a career where your earning capacity is completely capped, meaning you cannot make any more money in this career, I highly recommend moving to a career that is results-based. Things like being a waiter or a salesperson. And this is because how much you make is entirely based upon how hard you work. So theoretically, there is no cap on how much you can make. It is completely up to you. Now the final step is once you start to earn more money, you're at the point where you can afford, to go out a little bit. You're living pretty comfortably. And ideally you want to be here between the ages of 23 and 28, if not sooner. If you're not there yet, that's fine, but that's ideal. Once you get to this point, this is when you go full on in investing. For a couple of years now, I want you to begin to invest in riskier things. This being crypto, NFTs, Forex, whatever floats your boat, right? But riskier investments per se. And this is because you're still at a young age that if it doesn't work out, it's not absolutely detrimental to you because you're still living somewhat comfortable, right? Now the one caveat that I have in this is you should always be investing in two separate things until you get where you want to be in life. First is your skill set and your earning capacity, because that should be your number one priority to start making more money today. The second thing is your Roth IRA. I know you don't understand the long-term results of this yet, but it will absolutely change your life on a long enough time frame. Just trust me on this one. So when I talk about going all in and investing, I'm not talking about your Roth IRA because you should be putting money into that already. I'm talking about other alternative investments that some people deem as more risky, but if you do them correctly, that is where real serious money is made and how you become wealthy. And I want to be clear about this. This plan is not a 1-year plan. It's not a 5-year plan. It is most likely a 10 to 20-year plan, which means you need to expand your timeline. And to be honest, if you really work on your skill set for 2 to 3 years and you execute properly, you could reach your dream financial situation in only a matter of a couple years. Now, if you follow this 5-step plan, I'm not going to tell you that you will achieve instant success, but you will certainly be ahead of 99% of other people. And there's never been a better time to start than now. So get out there, start making some money, and I'll be rooting for you.